We're joined by Bronwyn Barnes, Executive Chair at Indiana Resources. Bronwyn, thanks for your time.
Good morning, David.
Exciting times for Indiana. Rare earths, the flavour of the month, finding a good discovery, great results.
Yeah.
Talk us through the rare earths discovery.
Look, we've been incredibly fortunate to have been able to make this discovery so quickly. We were aware that our neighbours, Petrotherm, had made a discovery earlier this year. We went back into our sample library and we reassayed historic samples that we had from previous previous air core programs. And we came up with some really high rare earth numbers in the Central Gawler Craton of South Australia. And they're some of the highest numbers that have actually been identified to date in that region. So it was a great discovery for us, and there was about 78 holes that we were able to reassay, which gave us some really significant numbers. I'll just give you a couple of highlights. So we had 20 metres at 4,021 ppm total rare earth from 24 metres, including 16 metres at 4,830 ppm total rare earths, and 4 metres at 15,486 ppm. So these are cracking numbers, and I really direct listeners to go and have a look at the website and download our presentation and get the full view of what's been going on there. But that's certainly given us a great encouragement to really focus and expand our rare earth exploration program in South Australia.
And it's clearly excited your shareholders, and in fact your major shareholders who've doubled down on Indiana and have thrown further support behind the company.
Yeah, which has been great to see. Look, I mean, we've got shareholders on the register, Bacchus Resources and Australian Mineral and Waterwell Drilling. These shareholders were involved in the project when we acquired it, so they were the major shareholders of these assets in South Australia when we acquired them in October 2020. So they've been really supportive of the work that we've done to date. But to say that they've been excited by the rare earth results is probably an understatement. And they've really swung in and supported the company to expand those activities to the extent that we've now got the head geologist from Bacchus Resources, David Ward, has joined the board as a non-executive director, but with a technical flavour, obviously as a geologist. And CEO has just been appointed Richard Maish. Richard Maish is both the CFO of Bacchus Resources and a founding shareholder of Bacchus, and he's also the CFO and Executive Director of AMWD. So great support from those two shareholder groups there. And as part of that, AMWD has given us an air core rig that will now sit in the field for the next 5 or 6 months to be available for us to look at not only expanding the rare earth drilling, but to look at what we can do with the gold and also with the base metals that we have in the southern part of our package.
So touching on rare earths firstly, what's the plan? What's the next 6-12 months look like?
Well, look, I think it's probably the next 6 to 10 days for us. So look, we're going to start a 5,000 metre air core campaign in the next week to 10 days. We're just mobilising the rig now to get up into the Gawler, and all approvals are in place and we're ready to go. So look, on the back of that, that campaign will give us enough material to then be able to start doing the metallurgical work that we need to do to identify, the host material. It's very clear that this is clay-hosted material, so, the kind of rare earths that you really want to see. So we're very encouraged by that, but we'd like to do some more research into the recoverability of certain minerals and rare earths within that rare earth suite. Following that, we'd like to step out the campaign again. What we have identified already is a 10-kilometre strike zone for the rare earths. So, this is already a significant ground package and strike, that we've identified. This next program will look to infill some of that and to prove up the continuity along that Lake Labyrinth shear zone. And we'll also use it then to start expanding, northeast, southwest in that zone. But look, we've got 50 kilometres of the Lake Labyrinth shear zone sits inside Indiana's portfolio in South Australia. So there's plenty of work for us to do.
And it's not all about rare earths.
It's not all about rare earths. I think that, you know, people would, if they've followed the Indiana story, they would know that we've been exploring for gold since we acquired the projects. We've done 12,000 metres of RC and diamond drilling to date, and already another 4,500 of air core since we acquired the project in October 2020. So in 2 years, we've done a fair amount of work in South Australia. Look, the gold results that we've had have been stunning, so very, very high grade. I'll just run through a couple of those for you. 21 metres at 8.3 grams from 176 metres. This has all been relatively shallow drilling. It's about 200 metres max that we've drilled to date. We've had 35 metres at 7.08 from 29 metres. You know, 10 metres at 8.83. I mean, these are really juicy numbers in the gold zone. Now, what we've got at the Minos deposit within the Lake Labyrinth shear zone is we've very clearly either got a gold deposit with a rare earth overburden, or we've got a rare earth deposit with a gold credit. So there's lots of work to do on both fronts. We're using the air core to obviously test and define the rare earth elements. We've completed an RC program for gold in August. Those results should be out within the next 10 days to 2 weeks. So we've got some gold news coming as well. And the plan is that we will do additional drilling for gold later on in the year. And we're very confident about building up the information that we have on the gold so we can move to a resource definition phase next year.
An exciting rare earths discovery.
Yeah.
A great portfolio of assets,
Yeah.
important shareholder support.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to following the story. Bronwyn, thanks for your time.
Great, thank you.